It happens before you can stop it. A song reaches a certain note. A stranger does something kind. You read the last line of a message, and suddenly your throat tightens. Your vision blurs, and warm water spills down your face for reasons you cannot quite explain. Nothing is wrong. No one hurt you. Your body is not in danger. And yet, you are crying. You have probably felt embraced by it. You have apologized for it. You have blinked hard and looked at the ceiling and willed it to stop. Most people treat these tears as a glitch, a leak, a small malfunction of an otherwise sensible machine. But the real answer is far stranger, because those tears are not a malfunctional at all. They are one of the most sophisticated signals your body knows how to send, a piece of biological technology so unusual that, as far as we can tell, no other animal on Earth produces it. You are the only creature that weeps from feeling. To understand why, you have to start with a simple fact most people never stop to consider. You have three completely different kinds of tears. The first kind is always there, a thin, invisible layer that coats your eye with every blink, keeping it smooth and protect. Scientists call this basal tears. You make them constantly and never notice. The second kind shows up when you chop an onion or catch dust in your eye. These are reflex tears, and they exist to flush away irritants, a tiny rinse cycle triggered by your nose. They are pure plumbing, no emotion required. But the third kind is different. The third kind only comes when you feel something. And here's where it gets interesting. The biochemist William Frey spent years studying exactly this. He collected tears from volunteers, some who had been slicing onions, others who had been watching thought films, and then he analyzed them. He found that the two types were not the same. Emotional tears, the ones that come from feeling, contained more protein. They carried stress hormones and chemicals that the reflex tears did not. Your body, it seemed, was using emotional crying to physically flush something out. Think about what that means. When you cry from grief or overwhelm, you may literally be excreting the chemistry of stress, draining it out of your body through your eyes. The old phrase about needing a good cry might be describing something real and measurable happening inside you. But chemistry is only the beginning, because the deeper question is not what tears are made of. It is why we evolved to make them at all. Consider how strange this actually is. When you are at your most vulnerable, your most overwhelmed, your most afraid, your body chooses that exact moment to blur your vision. From a pure survival standpoint, this is almost insane. The instant you most need to see a treat clearly, evolution decided to fog up your eyes with salt water. Why would any species develop a response that handicaps it precisely when danger is near? The answer is that crying was never really about you. It was about everyone around you. This is the heart of what researchers now believe. Tears are a social signal. They are a message written on your face that words cannot fake quickly enough. Then tears spill over. They announce to every person nearby that you have reached the age of what you can handle alone. They are a flag of surrender, of trust, of need, and, crucially, they disarm aggression. It is very hard to stay angry at someone who is genuinely weeping in front of you. The psychologist at Vingerhoets, who has studied human crying more deeply than almost anyone, describes tears as a uniquely powerful tool for bonding. They signal helplessness in a way that pulls others toward you instead of pushing them away. A crying infant summons a parent. A crying friend summons comfort. Tears are how a deeply social species calls for connection without saying a single word. And the blurred vision, the supposed handicap. Some scientists think that is part of the design, not a flaw in it. By fogging your sight, tears may signal that you are lowering your guard, that you are not a threat, that you submit. It is an honest signal precisely because it costs you something. You cannot easily fake the vulnerability of impaired vision. But maybe you are wondering about the moments that do not fit. The tears that come not from sadness, but from beauty, from a piece of music, from a wedding, from watching someone you love succeed. Why on earth would we cry when we are happy? Here, researchers point to something fascinating. Your nervous system does not always have a clean, separate channel for every emotion. When a feeling becomes intense enough, regardless of whether it is joy or sorrow, it can overwhelm the system and split into the same physical response. Some scientists believe these tears at moments of overwhelming positive emotion are a way of regulating yourself, of pulling you back to baseline when a feeling threatens to become too big to hold. This may be why you cry at the end of a long race you just won, or when you finally see a person after years apart. The emotion is too large for the container. The tears are the overflow. There is a name some researchers use for the dimorphous expressions we make. The way overwhelming happiness can produce the same outward signs as sadness. The psychologist Oriana Aragon has studied how people cry at joyful reunions or feel the urge to squeeze something unbearably cute. Her work suggests these paradoxical reactions help us manage the sheer intensity of strong emotion, keeping us balanced when feeling threatens to sweep us away. So now go back to that moment. The song, the kindness, the last line of the message. What is actually happening is not a glitch. It is one of the oldest and most human pieces of machinery you own, doing precisely that it evolved to do. A feeling grew too large to stay inside. Your body reached for the one signal that needs to translation, that crosses every culture and language, that even a newborn knows how to send before it can speak a single word. You were not malfunctioning, you were communicating. Consider that for almost everything else your body does, there is an animal that does it too. Other creatures see, hear, run, fear, and grieve. But the specific act of crying salty tears in response to an emotion appears to belong to you alone. It may be one of the few things that is truly, uniquely human. And there is something else worth sitting with. Crying is one of the first things you ever did. Before you could see clearly, before you understood a single word, before you knew your own name, You cried. It was your very first language, the first message you ever sent into the world. And the people around you understood it instantly. You never really stopped speaking that language. You only learned to be embarrassed by it. So the next time it happens, the next time a song or a memory or a small unexpected kindness makes your throat tighten and your eyes fill, you do not have to apologize. You do not have to blink it away or stare at the ceiling or pretend it is allergies, because what is rising up in you in that moment is not weakness, and it is not a malfunction. It is the oldest signal you know how to send, the first language you ever spoke. Still working, still honest, still reaching out across the silence toward another human being. You are not breaking down. You are simply, beautifully doing the most human thing there is.